What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out. Now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. If you're brand new, what's up? If you've been here a while, appreciate you guys. As always, shout out to the members. Shout out to everybody that subscribes to the channel. That is amazing, and I appreciate every comment, every like, every time somebody subscribes. I just really appreciate it. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can check me out here. And I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Courtney, who sent me this shirt. And she owns a gym, I believe, in the Chicago area. Courtney, if you're watching, and I think you said Chicago area. She owns a women's only gym called Maiden Resistance in the Chicago area, I believe. She sent me this shirt. It fits amazing. It actually fits on my biceps, and it's not tight across the shoulders. And supporting another woman, I think, is incredible. So thank you for that, Courtney. I appreciate you. Now, we are here to discuss something pretty important. Now, do I normally film in the evenings? No. Usually by this time, the makeup is off. I'm in my pajamas, probably hanging out with my family, but this was so important that I am filming this evening. So I know that this is a premiere and that's what we're watching now. And I hope that you guys are enjoying it. I've never done that before. In case you have not heard, Pure Romance is changing their business model. They're allegedly getting rid of the MLM side, kind of. But don't take my word for it. Let's actually hear from Chris himself, shall we?
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where in the world you live. We're coming to you with a message to share some exciting news about the future of our company.
First, I want to say I'm so grateful that we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this month. I'm just as passionate today as I was 30 years ago when I opened the doors. Pure Romance has always been anchored in sexual wellness and our ability to grow and change with the times. And I'm hopeful that this will have us flourishing for the next 30 years. We will always hold true to our core pillars of education, empowerment, and providing a safe place for people to learn about their bodies and relationships. I'm excited because we are continuing to grow and evolve. And that is what we're here to discuss today, Pure Romance's evolution. Chris?
Since day one, we've been evolving as the demands and expectations of the consumer evolves. We're now at the point where we must adapt by shifting our business model. Starting May 1st, we will be moving from multi-level marketing sales channel to omni sales channel. What is
Chris, you don't have to use these fancy words. Just say that you're going retail, because we all know that's what you're doing, and you're gonna throw in this word salad. Oops. In my opinion, what you're talking about is doing retail, going retail from the MLM model.
Is the omni-channel? It means we take a fully integrated approach to our business. The goal of an omni-channel is to provide the customer with a seamless experience across all aspects of our retail journey. Whether they're shopping at a party, on your website, on your social media channels.
So retail.
Successful businesses are now driven more than ever by data. Data is clear that the multi-level marketing business model is not a viable long-term option for Pure Romance. This is both in response to the disruption and the regulatory changes by the Federal Trade Commission that kept...
Oh my God. Oh, saying the quiet parts out loud. I love that for us. Did you guys hear that? Because of the regulatory changes by the FTC. But he's going to tell us more, and I'm really excited about it. And I know you probably are too, because you saw the thumbnail. Yeah.
continue to happen in the multi-level marketing space and the expectations of today's customer. Because we are considered part of the multi-level marketing space, we are restricted from taking steps to increase our brand equity through social media marketing and traditional advertising like magazine and television.
To me, that sounds like people don't want to collaborate with them, in my opinion, because they're a multi-level marketing company. People aren't, could that mean, let me say it this way, could that mean that people aren't taking them seriously because they're a multi-level marketing company? I don't know. You guys can comment below what y'all think when it comes to what he just said.
This change will open that avenue as well as eliminate the stigma that younger generations associate with multi-level marketing companies.
I'm sorry, stigma or statistics and data that show that 99.7% of people lose money or don't make any at all in multi-level marketing. It's not really a stigma. That's facts. That's data. That comes directly from the multi-level marketing companies themselves. We've looked at your income disclosure statement on my channel, and I know a lot of other creators have as well. It's data that's showing that. And the younger generation that you're saying your company's being associated with a stigma is actually doing the research and looking at the numbers. So, wow.
The core concern is very clear. When looking at the numbers and the industry trends, if we do not adapt, it's very difficult to continue to grow. In 2022, the MLM space, retail space, sales only represented 0.84% of the U.S. retail sales.
Did y'all hear that? I would love to know his source on that, because, I mean, that's incredible. What does that mean? So you have the retail. I know you guys understand this, but this is like, I really want to talk about this. It's very exciting. You talk about the retail sales space, where people are ordering online, they're going into stores, all of retail. What he's saying is that the portion of MLM that, in my opinion, has been overinflated by websites like Business for Home and different, like the DSA and all of these things, they've overinflated the sales, in my opinion. And so what he's saying is that when you are comparing everything in the retail space, MLMs are only selling 0.84% of all the money spent within the retail category. Now, that is huge. And why? And obviously, we don't know his source, but if that's true, what that means to me is that the anti-MLM movement, let's rewind that back. The anti-MLM movement is getting louder, and more people are getting the information into how these companies are extremely predatory, and they're seeing the income disclosure statements. They're seeing the information from the FTC. They're watching the videos. They're doing the research for themselves. And I think that is a big shout out to you guys. I've talked about this before, but advocacy is not just creating videos. Advocacy is you sending the videos that you're finding, or the posts or the reels or whatever, to your favorite content creator. Advocacy is supporting in the comments. Advocacy is watching, sharing with a friend. If there's a video and they're like, hey, this person is trying to get me into this company, do you know anything about it? And you go to YouTube and you find anti-MLM associated with the name of that company, and you send it to the friend. All of this is advocacy, and it's all a huge part of the anti-MLM movement. And I think us all together is what is having this huge impact. I would love to see the numbers before 2022 as far as MLMs and how much the percentage of MLM in that retail space would be. But also, I think it definitely tells us, again, if this source is correct, which we don't know what it is, that's, in my opinion, really showing us that the distributors are the customers. So anyways, I'd love to see the source. Let me know what you guys think of that down below. But when I heard that, I was like, Chris, We want your sources. We want to be able to research that. I know some of you super sleuths are already on the case, and I would love to see it.
Putting this as the lowest mark in sales since 1992. The bottom line is this: many consumers don't want to support multi-level marketing companies.
Yeah.
The anti-MLM conversation on social media is rampant. We've seen.
I love that. We love that here. Did you guys hear that? I wouldn't say it was rampant. What did he say? Yeah, I wouldn't use that term. I would say getting louder, growing bigger. More people are speaking up rather than, if they were a part of an MLM, hanging their head in shame, thinking that they were a failure. More people are saying, hey, this is what happened to me. And when you have people that have been through an experience like that and they start telling their story, just like a lot of these people in MLM, there's power in your story. So you're not a failure. He said himself, MLM is not sustainable.
All the anti-MLM, including Reddit thread, which more than 800,000 plus followers have joined in.
I love that. 800,000 people have joined that Reddit thread talking about MLMs, educating people on MLMs and the dangers of them. I love that so much.
US, 40% of Gen Zs admit to being influenced online, often by brands featured in videos they watch or suggestive advertising on social media applications based on media algorithms.
Now, are they being influenced, Chris, or are they educating themselves? Are they watching a video and then looking up the data for themselves? Are they no longer taking people's word for it and doing their own research? I think that Gen Z actually is influencing a lot of people, in my opinion, to do the research when previous generations sometimes would maybe just, you guys let me know what you think, would just kind of take that person's word for it, that was trying to recruit them. I could be way off there, but I think Gen Z is definitely leading the charge, in my opinion, when it comes to researching and finding answers for themselves rather than just taking somebody's word for it.
Right now, Pure Romance is regularly shadow banned by Facebook and other social media platforms.
Also, let me also say, I'm not saying other people don't research. I think the way that Gen Z is going about finding the information is really inspiring. Let me just be really clear. I am a Gen Xer. Okay. So shout out to all generations, but also shout out to Gen Z for paving the way in a sense for a lot of this. I think it's really cool. Also, did you hear that? Social media is like, hey, we don't want your MLM here. Okay. Now, TikTok, I need y'all to do something because you have all of this, the guidelines, and you say you don't want people going live and recruiting people on the live, but then we report it and you say no violation. So I'm going to need some training to happen on your end. Maybe get some more people that are reviewing the reports, maybe have some training for them. I don't know, but like something needs to change with that because we don't want them there.
One of the main reasons MLM companies are not appealing to consumers is the price point of the product.
I mean, that's a part of it. The other part is like the 80% of the comp plan that typically is around recruiting and making money off of other people's sales and having to rank up by recruiting other people and them ranking up, which I know Pure Romance definitely has a comp plan like that, or did, I guess. I don't know how to say that, but it's the price point because a lot of those products or something similar, a dupe, if you will, can be found for much cheaper. And the reason that the price points are so expensive when it comes to MLMs is because they have those downline checks to pay. And so that's why they inflate the cost. I think he talks about that. But in my opinion, what a lot of the anti-MLM or the consumer that doesn't support multi-level marketing companies has an issue with is, yes, the price point, but two, also the business model that's being supported, meaning the amount of money that is given, if you will, to people off of other people's efforts.
Prices have gotten higher. The prices of goods to be higher because we have to pay for downline compensation that's built into the product.
So, what I'm hearing him say, in my opinion, is that with the cost of goods increasing, remember how they talk about, hey, inflation. Have you seen the cost of eggs? Have you seen this? You should join this multi-level marketing company, blah, blah, blah. You guys have all probably seen it. But here we have the CEO of a company saying, the cost of goods has increased, which means they're not making as much money because they still have to pay the people that have the large teams that downline check. So who is this change going to impact the most? The people at the top. And it makes me wonder, is he going to start getting on the phone, calling his top leaders and making special deals behind the scenes? Because I bet he is, obviously, in my opinion.
This will allow us to be way more competitive on pricing in the future. And this is much needed considering the high demand for these products in all new distribution channels.
People can get this type of product from so many places. They can go direct to a lot of the manufacturers. They can go to Pink Cherry. They can go to Adam and Eve. They can go to all kinds of companies that have a competitive, actually not even competitive, a much less expensive price. They don't have to go through a distributor. They don't have to ask all of these crazy, uncomfortable questions that a lot of people don't want to answer. They don't have to go to a party that, in my opinion, I've seen some pretty cringy ones. And by the way, yes, I used to be a part of this company, and I was a part of Love Winks, and I was a part of slumber parties. I've talked about all of that. And some people are really uncomfortable with that and want to just shop privately for themselves or themselves and their partner on their own, privately from their home. So, yeah.
We will still have the best products on the market, hands down.
According to who? To you? According to Pure Romance?
The ever increasing demand of these products have more companies increasing their offers.
If the demand was so high, and this is a question I want to ask all of you that are watching. If the demand was so high, do you think that there would be more than 0.84% of people ordering from the MLMs within the retail statistics and data? Because I think that if that were the case, then yes, there would be a lot more people buying. But 0.84%, that's not really showing everybody that, hey, this is a high demand product. It makes me kind of feel like he's just saying that because he's like, listen, we're the best on the market. We're just making some little changes, no big deal. Meanwhile, it's going to be the top leaders that typically are going to lose the most money. So it's going to allow them to keep, instead of paying those people out, they keep that money. I feel like this company is hurting, in my opinion, a lot more than they are leading on. And that's why this comp plan has changed. That's why this model is changing, because they're taking those huge checks and they're not going to pay that out anymore. And then he's going to talk about it, but they're giving like cash bonuses, or you can choose free product. They're doing a lot of the same things. They're still encouraging parties. They're still encouraging people to do stuff online. Then they're talking about a hybrid model. And really the only thing that I've changed is, or that I've seen them change, is the downline payout. So you're still getting like a referral bonus. You're still getting bonuses for signing people up when they hit a certain number for their first year, I think. What happens after that first year?
Like Goop, Walmart, Amazon, Target. You've even seen celebrity-sponsored toy and lubricant lines that come, and there'll be more. But what's amazing is you're truly in the right place at the right time. The desire is high for our product line. We have the best products in the market, and
Cite your sources.
we always have for the last 30 years. Our competitive advantage is one of the anchors of our business. This is the concierge service that you all provide around your products.
Concierge service. People don't need that. They can absolutely educate themselves and find the products and the price point that they want, the intimacy products for themselves. They don't need a concierge. That doesn't even make any sense.
Serve as a personal shopper, an educator, an advisor to your customers.
An educator, like your Pro Academy situation where people go online and it's like this self-paced course that they get some certificate from Pure Romance that means nothing outside of the MLM. Like, what are you talking about?
So here, what's changing at Pure Romance is less emphasis on the compensation for building a team and more opportunity on focusing on your personal retail sales.
So what he wants people to do, in my opinion, after looking at the changes, after looking at I think they call it a consultant handbook or something, he still wants people to do parties. They still want people carrying inventory. They still want people signing up other, whatever they're going to refer to them as. I don't even know. I don't remember. Let's just say distributors. He still wants people to sign up other distributors, but they're only going to get bonuses when they hit certain retail marks. So even though he's saying that the retail model is going away, essentially, he's kind of still wanting people to do the work, right? Like, I shouldn't use quotation marks because people in MLM work crazy hard. So I retract that. He still wants people to do the work. He's just not going to pay them for that anymore. But he still wants people to carry inventory. He still wants people to be recruiting, although maybe he'll change the term. I'm not really sure, but he's just not going to pay people for it.
Taking care of your customers and that omni-channel experience, tailoring if they want to shop with you online or at a party or at an event, that they get the best possible experience. While traditional override bonuses are being eliminated, there's rewards for considering for personal productivity combined.
I'm sorry. So you guys already know how I feel about MLM, but let's talk about this for a second. The people that are earning the most in this company are the people with the largest teams that have been around for many, many years. And we're talking big checks. It's a very small percentage of the company, but they are huge checks. And so he's getting rid of that, but then expecting them still to work. And he's presenting it in a way like, this is great for the company. You know, you can still work, you can still, do all of this stuff. You're going to get bonuses paid off of your productivity. But what about these teams that these people have recruited over the years? Now, my heart does go out to those individuals, the people that are really going to be hurt by this change. I hope that they get out of MLM. I hope they watch this video. I hope that they step away and decide to do something that is not in a multi-level marketing company, but we kind of know what happens when top leaders there's something that happens and they leave and they get special contracts, whether it's from Chris, allegedly, of course, or, from another MLM company. The vultures are all going to come out. They're probably already getting messages from people in other companies. We know how that goes down. So I really hope that people that are impacted by this take a second and go, okay, maybe I should do something else. And they think of some other way that they can make income that's not based off of recruiting and that isn't a multi-level marketing company.
Combined with new consultant productivity. This decision was not made lightly, trust me. This was a critical step to ensure the future of our business, and it will allow us to invest even more in your success.
I'm sorry, in whose success?
Oops.
You're still going to have the same kind of training events. You're still going to have your global summit. You still want people to be selling your product, but you're taking away major checks from people and you're trying to spin this like it's for your distributor's benefit. Chris, the only entity, if you will, that's going to benefit out of all of this is Pure Romance.
Good news, you can still buy product at one of the best buying discounts in the country and be able to make even more money as you take care of your customers. There's no
What?
other company's sales force that can purchase products up to 60% off.
Isn't that going away though? According to the handbook, I'm not seeing 60%.
And this will not change. This is what my mom built the company as, is a place where you sell, you work, you control your destiny and what you want to make. Let me explain.
First of all, I think what he's referring to in that statement, I wonder if he's going to grandfather people in at their buying discount that they're currently at. I don't know if that is true. I have no idea. If you guys know, feel free to comment below. But I don't remember seeing 60% anywhere on the buying discount of that handbook. I could be wrong though.
How our buying discount will work. Our buying discounts are going to be very similar to what you're used to, right? So let me go through the chart and explain exactly how this buying discount will go. You're used to seeing the same exact thing. When somebody enters the business, they start at 30%. That's not going to change. Let's not sleep on that, by the way. That's one of the best buying discounts there is out there. 30% on whatever you sell. That's
Chris, let's not sleep on that. I cannot.
pretty good. The cool part about it is it's going to start increasing in a little
See here, it's 50%. So it makes me wonder if he's going to be grandfathering in people that are at 60%.
stair steps. Now we've added a couple things in there. So when you do sell and you have $500 in career retail sales, you'll move to 35% buying discount. Once you have $1,000 in career retail sales, you'll move to 40% in buying discount. When you have $5,000 in career retail sales, you will move to having 45% buying discount. And once you have career retail sales of over $10,000, you'll move to the 50% buying discount, which is awesome. Everybody knows though, when you have a 50% buying discount, you love those buy up a level days that move you to 60%. You love the daily sales that Pure Romance continues to offer. We're going to continue to keep doing that.
I bet you are going to continue to do that because your distributors are typically the ones that come out of pocket to order that. They'll put up a sale on social media or they'll let their VIP customer group know or whatever. But a lot of times people are inventory loading from those sales. I think he talks about like the 6-packs and the different things. That's all meant to inventory load, in my opinion. They still have that, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an inventory buy-in thing where they can make payments. He's still going to have that.
You love the fact of having 6-packs and different bundles. We're going to continue doing that too as well. None of that changes because we understand that you have customers that have needs for our products.
None of that changes. I just don't want to pay you for recruiting, but I still want you to recruit. But we're only going to pay you, from the sounds of it, for the first year for new distributors when they hit sales milestones. That's what this sounds like to me.
Both online, at parties, at events, sitting down one-on-one. You will also be able to make money on referrals for people joining the business. People are
Recruiting. He still wants people to buy kits.
always looking to make extra money. And the program that we offer here at Pure Romance is amazing. 45% of Americans right now have a side hustle. And we have one of the most, if not the most lucrative opportunity for people.
Christopher. Can I call you Christopher? What? The most lucrative? Sir, have you looked at your income disclosure statement? Because that determined that that was a lie, in my opinion.
Our biggest goal is to develop new consultants, new people getting into the business, new business owners that want to start their journey and helping them develop to start off strong and continue to grow.
Yeah, and why? Because the turnover in multi-level marketing is atrocious. People get in and they go, this was not what I was signed up for, like what I thought I was signing up for. This is not it. And then they get out. Some people stay because of the sunk cost fallacy. Well, I've already spent, this much money. I might as well stick around and see what happens in the next 6 months. So of course you're going to pour into your new distributors. You need them to stay, especially now with this change that you're trying to flip like it's a good thing for the consultants in the company. And you and I both know it's not. So you need that new blood, and you need them to stick around, because I guarantee you some of these top people with these big checks are leaving, allegedly, of course.
Let me talk a little bit about how this referral bonus will work. There will be opportunities for people to join the organization with no purchase of a kit. More of that will be explained in emails and frequently asked questions. There'll be ways for people to join with a traditional kit, as you've been used to seeing. But the cool part about it is when they join the organization and they do well, you, as the person that referred them and said, this might be a great opportunity. If you love to be able to help people, you love the products around sexual wellness products, you love to be able to connect with people either online, in person, at events, hosting parties, whatever, this is an opportunity where you, as the referrer, can make money. Let me explain the chart. So in the first 2 months of a brand new consultant's journey, you have the ability, if she sells $500 in retail sales, the ability of having a $100 referral bonus. If she sells $1,000 in her first 4 calendar months, you receive $150. And as the chart goes down at $750 and $1,500 and also $3,000 referral bonus, you have the ability to earn $5,500 in referral bonuses, which is
For signing up people to sell. I'm going to say a distributor, but I don't know what he's going to call them or whatnot. So he still wants you to recruit, but he's not going to pay you for it outside of the first year or whatever.
very, very strong in today's world. There's companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, IBM, Chipotle that all have referral bonuses. This is Pure Romance's new referral bonuses that we're able to pass on for you for assisting and guiding somebody in their first year of their journey of owning and operating their business.
Did you hear that? In the first year. What happens after the first year? Oh, you don't get any bonuses then. But the company keeps all the profit from that person's sales. But you are supposed to train and support that person, I'm sure, after the first year, right?
I know you're probably thinking, what happens after I work with somebody for 1 year in the business? How do I support her? What do I do? You still have the ability to support, talk, hang out, do whatever. But one of the things that we're going to do to help support is we are going to be putting regional managers in place.
I like how he didn't answer that at all. You support them for the first year and then you don't get paid off of them is essentially what that sounds like to me. And again, I could be wrong, but he's putting regional support. So there's going to be districts, if you will, that act as like the supporting service, the customer service, or the distributor, like customer service kind of thing, but specifically for distributors. So sign them up and you're going to support them in their first year. Here's the bonuses that you can get off of it. And then, okay, bye. But you know that distributors are going to be still supporting that person, but they're not going to be paid for their time. They're not going to be paid for any training and different things that we know that a lot of these people in MLM that do recruit people, put into place, whether it's Zooms or whatever. I'm not saying the training is effective. I'm just saying they spend time and energy. You should get paid for your time, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
To help with dedicated training, help with support, help with helping your region. But the cool part about it is we're going to be there every step of the way to help with our new people that are starting their journey and owning and operating their own business. Now, let's talk about another way of being able to make money. A lot of you are used to this. This is our retail sales bonuses. Now, our retail sales bonuses were typically for the high flyers. Somebody that was doing $7,000 to $100,000 would be the ones that would be getting these retail sales bonuses. Better yet, I call them cash back bonuses, kind of like Discover.
Okay, but with Discover or pretty much any kind of cash back bonus, you have to spend money to get the cash back bonus. So I don't know. Could that have been a Freudian slip a little bit? Maybe. I mean, I do know that when somebody does a party, they go in and they order based on the orders from the party, and then if they want to add any inventory or stuff like that. So maybe that's what he's referring to. But I find that like a really weird example, because you have to spend money to get cashback bonuses. And these cashback bonuses are interesting, but I'll let him tell you about that.
Let's talk about our bonus chart. This is really cool.
I know this is kind of small, and I apologize, but they do highlight, they make some of them bigger, I believe.
Because our retail sales bonuses now will start at $500. That's right, $500. You'll start.
So $500 in personal retail sales, and you get a free product bonus of $50 that probably is going to still end up on the 1099 that they're going to pay tax on.
Start receiving retail sales bonus. Now, the first one at $500 is just going to be free product. After that, once you hit $1,000, all the way.
Pay attention to these numbers here. So $1,000 in personal retail sales, it's a 2% cashback rate. You can either, and he'll talk about this, but you can either take the cash or you can take the free product. Look at the difference in the numbers. You can either take $20 in cash when you have sold $1,000 in personal retail sales, or $80 in free product. If that doesn't show how high these products are overpriced, I don't know what does. $20 in cash or $80 in free product? Wow.
Up to $40,000.
And then $40,000 is more than $40,000 personal retail sales is 11% cashback rate. And you can take a $4,400 cash bonus, or you can take $17,600 in free product. Look at the markup.
You'll be able to decide, do you want cash or do you want free product? Take a look at the chart. You're going to.
And how many people are going to hit that 40,000 with this new plan?
See in the chart, it clearly states that you have the ability to decide if you have $3,000 in sales or $5,000. You will see that there is a cash version that you can
look at that. 3,000 in personal retail sales, 2.5% cashback rate, $75 in cash, or $300 in free product.
Accept, or there is a retail or a free product that you can accept. Either one, it's your decision. In the back office, it will always be defaulted to cash. It will be up to you to go in and change if you want to receive free product. All of that will be in our policy/handbook guide, so you'll be able to take a look at how all of that works. You can decide if you want cash or free product. That choice will be up to you. You can now see that you truly get to decide what type of selling you want to lean into. Do you want to incorporate the omni-channel approach? Some online, some in person, some at an event.
Hey, Chris, people were already doing that. Just because you're calling it a different thing doesn't mean that the model is necessarily different. And the thing that I find interesting is this new handbook. You are still as a distributor to uphold the rules that they set in place. So he's making it sound like you're this, independent business owner, but you still have to follow the rules. In fact, one of the things that it says in the handbook is if you're going to do internet advertising, if you're going to run ads, that pure romance has to appear first before you're on like a Google search. It says that in their handbook. You still have to, abide by their rules when it comes to social media. So he's trying to make it sound like, hey, this is, you are opening your online store or whatever. You're still a distributor for this company. You still have to follow the same rules. You probably still can be terminated at any point for any reason.
I'm sure of one thing you're thinking. what's going to happen, right, with the teams. I told you about the regionals. They're going to be there. You get to have the culture that...
No, people aren't talking about the teams. They want to know what they're going to, if they're still going to get paid on the downlines that they currently have, which you're not answering. I'm sure you'll do it privately, like on a Zoom or on the phone calls that maybe you're making. Again, I'm not stating that as fact, just my opinion. I'm sure that those special deals or whatever are still going to happen, allegedly.
You decide. You don't have to change anything. You can still do your meetings, still do your little trips, do the different things.
Still do your little trips. Still do your trainings. Still do your little trips. Chris, are you going to pay them for doing all of this? Probably not. Because, you're hiring these regional support staff or whatever.
That you love about being together. You just don't get paid on anyone after 1 year.
Oh my God. But still keep training. Still keep spending that time. Still build that culture. But you're only going to get paid in their first year. Chris, are you for real? You and your mom think this is a good idea? If you're in pure romance, get out. This has nothing to do with benefiting the distributors in the company or the consultants, in my opinion. This has everything to do with increasing revenue within this company. And they're skimming it, not even skimming it, they're chopping huge chunks. But he still wants you to recruit. He still wants you to do parties. He still wants you to inventory load. He still wants you to do all of that stuff, but he's not going to pay you for it. Why are you going to recruit when traditionally in a multi-level marketing company, you get paid off of their sales? But if you're only getting paid in bonuses for the first year and you're expected to support these people, and then do your little meetings, do your little trips after, but you're not going to get paid for it. His words. Are you kidding me?
You can still grow. You can still develop. You can still do your activities.
And you can grow and develop outside of a multi-level marketing company, out of an omni marketing, whatever he's calling. You can still do all of that outside of a company like this.
I want you to instill that we are one team at Pure Romance. That's always how it's been. We get to work together. You get to meet so many people across the globe. We will continue to facilitate a flexible, collaborative environment that provides support and resources for you to run your business your way.
I mean, it's not really a business, is it, Chris? They're 1099 contracted employees. Are you still going to send 1099s? Probably. Is the free product going to go on the 1099s? Probably. These aren't business owners.
We will be able to increase our brand equity by increasing our advertising budget. And
I mean, you had all this free advertising from distributors. This is so wild to me. I don't think this has anything to do with brand awareness. I don't think it has anything to do with this omni-channel phrase that he keeps throwing out. I think it has everything to do with this company, in my opinion, was financially hurting because people outside of the distributors are not buying from this multi-level marketing company and they're hurting. And so they're trying to save the company by skimming from the top, the biggest checks, getting rid of the downline payouts, but still expecting them to do the work. You've got to be kidding me.
We'll be able to focus on competitive pricing and continue to innovate for the best.
Let me ask you guys a question that are watching this. Do you think for 1 second that they are going to drop the price points on their products after this change goes into effect May 1st? I'm going to say, I don't think so. I think the prices are going to stay the same. I don't think he's going to make any kind of change. I think that this is really about saving the finances of this company. Again, that's just my opinion, but you guys let me know what you think.
Products on the market. Patty?
We are confident that this community will be stronger as a result of the changes that we are making today.
You sure about that, Patty? You sure about that?
When I launched this organization, we started as one team, and I'm thrilled that we are focusing on a unified team once again, and that is Team Pure Romance. Thank you for everything that you have done to support the Pure Romance mission, and know that we will continue to support you as you continue to provide people with a product that is more accepted and needed now more than ever.
I cannot. I cannot. This is absurd. And again, if you're in Pure Romance, just in my opinion, I would get out, I would pause. You're going to probably have vultures all over you, messaging you. You know, you're going to see, if you aren't already, you're going to see posts that say, you know, my heart goes out to all of the Pure Romance consultants. And, you know, you're going to see virtue signaling and people saying, you know, let's not hound them with messages, because they're hoping that, you know, people are going to see that post. They're going to use all the Pure Romance hashtags. It's going to be really gross. We see it all the time. It's probably already happening, honestly. Please stop, think about things, run your numbers, do a profit and loss statement. This is right after tax season, literally days. Look at your numbers, look at your income, look where you're at. Ask yourself if the time and energy that you spent promoting this company is worth it. Because one thing that I can tell you is people that are in multi-level marketing work super hard. And in my opinion, they're not paid for the time and the energy and the effort that they spend trying to sell a product and trying to recruit. And from the sounds and the looks of this video that we just watched, to me, this feels like Chris and Patty just want people to continue to sell, continue to do parties, continue to recruit, but they're not going to pay people like they have done. And because they're changing this part of the model, I feel like they're saying, well, we're not an MLM anymore. Now we're an omni-channel retail, whatever. It's the same kind of thing. Recruiting is still happening, but people are only getting paid for the first year, and it makes no sense. None. I cannot believe this. I cannot. Anyways, if you are as shocked as I am about this and how they are spinning it, do me a favor and hit me with a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Pure Romance peeps, if you want to message me, feel free to message me on Instagram or any of the anti-MLM content creators. And as you are getting these messages to your inbox, ask yourself the motivation of the people in your inbox. If you are seeing people that are commenting on a post talking about an MLM closing, talking about Pure Romance closing or whatever, and you see people that are in the comments like, oh, well, and that's why I chose this. That's why I chose a business model or whatever. They're just trying to recruit. Stay away from them. And if you have people that are like, oh my God, girl, I just saw, or guy, or he, she, they, whatever, I just saw that, you know, your company is closing, and my heart goes out to you. They're just trying to recruit you. Okay. Yuck. Guys, don't join an MLM. At the beginning of this video, I was really excited at the fact that the anti-MLM movement and Gen Z had an impact. And I am still very excited about that, especially because the CEO of this company just admitted that, although I would love to have some sources on it. That part is really cool. We are all doing this together, and we have to continue. And I know that sometimes people are like, what happens when we report it to the FTC? I don't hear anything. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. That is why a lot of us content creators put in our links in the video description how to report. You click on the link and it walks you right through it. It is important. Even if you don't hear anything, even if you don't see anything, just know that reporting this stuff is having an impact. And I feel like this is definitely proof of that from Chris's own words, from his own mouth. And I think that's really cool. So guys, don't join an MLM. I know I already said that, but especially the people in Pure Romance, your feelings are valid. Please get away from this company. That's just my opinion. As hard as people work in MLMs, if you were to do your own thing, you would be successful. From the things that you learned about social media and those types of things, you would be successful. That's just my opinion. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I hope that for those of you that are watching the premiere, I hope this was kind of cool to interact in the way that we're doing. I appreciate everybody watching towards the end, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.